You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here. I'm being blocked off, not by the security guard, but by you two. You three. Oh, look, they're making a burger while I'm going this way. Excuse me. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this. Look at this. I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school. And they're not letting me walk in.
Unbelievable, but it happened, and this is the man that it happened to. Eli Tsives joins us now. Eli, you looked like you knew what was about to happen, and it took all your composure that you could muster not to bully your way in. Can you bring us back to that moment?
Of course, absolutely. Thank you for having me. So I take the same path to class every single day. And when I got there, it was blocked off by these students, not a security guard, but by these students. I showed them my ID and I said, "This is the way I entered a class. Please let me in." When they refused, I quickly understood what was happening. I handed my phone to my fellow Jewish friend, and he started filming so we could document exactly what was happening.
And who were those people who were denying you access to your space?
They could have been UCLA students. They could not have been. I honestly would not be surprised if they were not UCLA students, but they were part of the pro-Hamas mob that has taken over our school.
Mm-hmm. Were you tempted just to divide them? I mean, because you're larger than they are. It looks like they're mostly women. Could you have just gotten through them, or did you decide not to do that?
We are for peace, and we will never barge through because we know that we're better than them in that sense. And yeah, could I have? Absolutely. But I would rather have documented that so we could show the world exactly what is going on in universities in the United States.
Lawrence?
You know, Eli, I'm curious, and I posed this question to our anchors this morning on the couch. What would happen if this happened to any other minority group? Do you think that there would have been more outrage over this incident, Eli?
Absolutely, I do. I also think if it was an encampment that is not a pro-Hamas encampment, for example, say there was a KKK encampment happening, it would have been shut down immediately. Mm-hmm. And I think this really shows what's going on here at college universities in the United States, that we are allowing these students to spread their hatred, their bigotry, and their anti-Semitism against Jewish students all around the world. Mm-hmm. And many Jewish students, feel very unsafe.
Eli, do you think they even know what they're protesting? Do they understand the history of this region? Do they understand October 7th?
I think that a lot of them do understand, and they still choose to say what they say. We go to the #1 public school in the world. These people are smart. They are educated. They know what they're saying. They know what an intifada is. They want an intifada. They want to see the mass genocide of Jews.
You know, Eli, it's got to be complicated being you on that campus right now, because I'm sure some of the people in that group, or some of the people who support that group, either in public or private, they're your classmates. Some of them might be your teachers, and they don't, from what I've seen in some of these demonstrations, they don't like the fact that you're Jewish.
That's exactly correct. I mean, listen, I'm a theater major. I go into class and I see people wearing keffiyehs, and I have to work with them in a small classroom setting for the next 3.5 years. It's hard. I get dirty looks walking down the hallways. People are starting to recognize my face. They know who I am. I see people looking at me in dirty ways. But also Jewish students walk up to me and they thank me for what I'm doing. So as long as I am constantly advocating for the Jewish people, I feel like we're getting somewhere. We're doing good in this world.
Eli, what do your parents say? Are they worried for your safety?
Absolutely they are. I mean, just yesterday, I came back to my dorm room and somebody found out where I live, and they wrote on my whiteboard, "Shame on you." And I just think that this is the start of something that's going to escalate very, very quickly, because my face is really getting out there, and I would not be surprised if somebody tries something in the next couple of days.
Eli, keep us up to date, but the last question is, aren't these fundamentally anti-American initiatives too?
Absolutely. They constantly advocate for the destruction of our beautiful country. They burn the American flag. They are super anti-America. They are anti our government. They're anti-democracy. And shame on them shame on UCLA, and shame on actually all college administrations for allowing them to continue what they're doing, because this is no longer about freedom of speech. This is now straight up about promoting aggression and hatred.